What's happening, guys? So I get messages probably once a week about hey, what's Vegas like? We're thinking of coming, but we're not really sure if we should make travel arrangements and what the city looks like. So I thought I'd make a quick little video. My experience right now is a little bit different than if you come to Vegas. Right now I'm at the MGM, doing a top rank show, boxing tomorrow. So I guess maybe I'll explain my experience right now real quick, and then I'll kind of tell you what it kind of felt like coming down to the strip to check in. Um, so we've got a top rank show. Kind of how this works is we get here, we check in downstairs. They give us a key. We come up to a specific floor that all the top rank boxers, everybody's staying on this floor. It's only for this event. And they're doing these events obviously every week if you guys are kind of watching them on ESPN. So once we get up here, we go straight to our room, drop our stuff off, and we got to go down and we got to do a COVID test. The good thing is they're not doing the old through the nose, poke your brain through the sinuses. They're actually doing through the mouth now, so that was kind of. I did my first one last week, and that was kind of a pleasant surprise. So anyway, so once we do the COVID test, they give us a little bracelet that says tested. Now that doesn't mean that they have obviously the test results right on the spot. So what they do is they lock you in a room for 24 hours, which isn't so bad. It's not as bad as like prison or anything. I mean, I'm at the MGM. As you can see, they take care of us. We got a nice room. Uh, got the not much of a view out there, but hey, I'm not complaining. So anyway, we can't go out. So literally, you bring your own dinner, your own food, and I'm basically in here from about 6 o'clock until maybe tomorrow. By the time we get up, last week was about 2:30. Then me and Stitch went down and we had lunch right before the show. And then once the show starts, obviously we're walking around, we're wrapping hands if anybody needs their hand wrapped. Working cuts once the show starts. So it's been different because usually there's a lot of mingling going on with the coaches, and guys are, hey, where you from, man? Oh, from Texas, and I'm from here, I'm from there. Oh man, this guy, oh, I fought that guy in the amateurs, and there's a lot of back and forth. Usually that kind of goes on between the coaches and stuff, but man, when you're locked in your room, you're locked in your room. So that's been kind of a different experience for me. So you make the best of it. You bring snacks, and I packed a couple beers in there and some ice. I got a sandwich and just kind of my laptop. Let's see what I kind of walk around here. Shout out to my sponsor, Koa Bags. Actually, I'm gonna do a separate video on that one. But I brought my laptop, brought a book. Joey Gans. If you guys haven't read this book, I just kind of started it, but so far it's been a good book. All the essentials, my Bluetooth speaker and phone and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's kind of my experience down here on the strip so far, and I haven't been down here very long. Um, I thought somebody's knocking at the door. So as far as coming down to the strip, there's quite a few people down there. I was surprised. I asked the guy at the counter what was the capacity look like. He said, we're about maybe 40-50%. So it's not quite what it used to be, obviously. Vegas is still, everybody's kind of social distancing. Everybody's got their mask on. One thing that kind of threw me off, and I don't understand why it looked this way, but a lot of people are bringing in their own beer for some reason. Like you walk through the casino and guys are carrying fucking cases of beer and hand one to their buddies and they're drinking. And I don't think there's a beer shortage. And I don't think, I mean, I know the bars are closed. So maybe the bars in the casino are closed, but I would still think there was the waitresses that kind of come around and get drinks for people if they want it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough of them and people are trying to consume as much beer as they can because they're in Vegas and they've been on lockdown and quarantine, and it's time to get crazy, right? But the overall feel was more quiet. Everybody's a little bit more spread out. Um, there's always going to be crazy people in Vegas, so when they get amplified, they're just a little bit that much more loud because everybody else is so quiet. Um, Driving down the strip, there's quite a few people walking around. Um, so yeah, that's, I mean, that's Vegas. Once I got into the MGM, the parking lot, and I started walking. If you guys know, as you park, you kind of go up or down an escalator. You get to the bottom floor, and you walk through the parking garage, and then you kind of get into some shops down there before you ride up the escalator into the lobby. A lot of those shops are closed down. I mean, if they're temporarily closed down or if they're permanently closed down, I don't really know. But where you used to be able to just walk up and get like a margarita or a beer, a lot of those seemed like they had the metal gate down. So if you live in Vegas, you probably don't come down to the strip that often. I come down here to meet friends when they come into town. I come down here for work, but living in this city, it's just not really somewhere I come down to hang out unless I have a reason. So this weekend and last weekend were really the first weeks that I had come down here and spent any time at all. We drove past down the strip a couple times with the wife and the kid just to get the kids out of the house. But that's kind of the feel in Vegas, man. So like I said, I get a message at least once a week asking me what it's like, and I feel bad because I live here, but I never really have an answer. So that's kind of the update. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, but thought I'd just kind of throw some content out there. Check out my channel. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this or not, but I'm bored and I have nothing else to do. So, all right, guys, take care. Tomorrow, watch the fights, ESPN. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. Last week was Victor Pascal versus Jose Ramirez. I mean, I'm talking a world title fight. These guys were. It was Freddie Roach's guy versus Robert Garcia's guy. World title fight. No audience. No T-shirts for sale. No concessions. No ring card girls. Even Andre Ward and the guys that were commentating the fight were doing it from their home studio. It is strange, man. I'm sitting there watching a world title fight, and there's maybe 30 people in the whole room. And I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm just kind of looking up on the carpet like I can't believe I'm like watching this, and there's nobody else hardly in the room. It was judges, the timekeeper, all the essential people, the camera guys, coaches, cornermen. There was a couple people in press row. Other than that, man, it was an empty room. It was all content for the ESPN platform, and there were no tickets being sold, man. That's I guess that's a new norm. And I kind of went over the bubble is what they call it when I come up to this floor, and you go on 24-hour quarantine until my test results come back tomorrow. And they tell me I'm good to go, and then it's business as usual. But as soon as the fight's over, I come back up to my room. Everybody here, a lot of these guys are living here full time on this floor, so it's not like you're gonna bring your wife or girlfriend after the fights up into your room and even be able to hang out and make a weekend of it like we used to do. Basically, after the fights, I get my stuff, and then I drive 25 minutes up the freeway to home, and yeah, that's kind of how it is. But anyway, all right, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like the video, cool. If you don't, tell me to go kick rocks or something. So, all right, guys.